Good morning. Now we will see the division Bryophyta. If we go towards the Himalayan region where there is a less temperature, we can see the walls of the houses and on the bricks a green leathery covering or a green leathery lush is present on the surface of the wall of houses, and this is nothing but it is the growth of the bryophytes. Now what are these bryophytes? Bryophytes, they are also called as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Firstly, we should know what is the meaning of amphibians. We generally say the frog as the amphibian. Why we say the frog as an amphibian? Because it is present in a water as well as on the land, and because of which we call the frog as the amphibian of the animal kingdom. Here these are the plants. Bryophytes are the plants. So how they can live in the amphibian, or how we can say that the bryophytes, they are the amphibians of the plant kingdom? Because these bryophytes, they are present on the land, no doubt. They are not present in the water, they are present on the land, but for the act of the fertilization or for the reproduction, water is essential. Generally, the dense growth of the bryophyte, it is present in the Himalayan region, because these plants, they require the low temperature, that is it should be below the 15 degrees Celsius, and this temperature it is not present in our area. So we can't see these bryophyte in our area, because usually throughout the year the temperature in our region, it is more than that of 20 degrees Celsius. But during the rainy season, if we go towards the Mahur region in our locality, and Mahur, or in if we consider the Vidarbha, then at Medghat we can see the patches of these bryophyte which are attached to the rocks. If from the bus station to up to the top of that Mahur, we can see the patches of this bryophyte, especially during the rainy days, and in the rest of the year we can't see these patches. So these bryophyta, but the patches of these bryophyta we can see in the Himalayan region, because their temperature it is less. The first character of this bryophyte, that is they are called as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. The plant body of this bryophyte is thalloid. What is the thalloid? In the previous video also we had discussed about the thalloid plant body. Means the plant body which is not divided into root, stem, leaves, flowers and fruit like organs, that plant body it is called as the thalloid plant body. If we observe, this is the structure of the plant, that is a Marchantia. It is one of the bryophyte. Here the plant body is not divisible into root, stem and leaves like organs, and such a plant body is a thalloid plant body. And instead of the root, stem and leaves, it shows the ribbon like structure, flat ribbon like. We can see the structure of this Marchantia. It is a flat, it is having the flat ribbon like structure, and these patches, they are attached to the wall surface at the Himalayan region. Another diagram which I had drawn here, that is of the Funaria. It also does not show the root, stem and leaves like structure, but these rhizoids, which are the small hair like structures, these are comparable with the roots of the higher plants. Here also we can show the rhizoid. They perform the similar functions, that is absorption of water as well as food material from the soil. It is done with the help of this rhizoid. And the flat ribbon like structure, here the leaf like structures they are present, because this Funaria, it is among the high evolved bryophyte. Actually it is also it also does not show the root, stem and leaves like organization, but leaf like structures they are present here. And the reproduction, it takes place in this bryophyta, it takes place with the help of the spore formation, and the spores, they are produced within this structure, that is called as a capsule, or it is also called as the sporangium. It is called as the sporangium. After the maturity, this sporangium it bursts, and the many uninucleated structure which we call as the spores, they are liberated in the surrounding area. In this way, the spores they are liberated, and when they fall on the surrounding land, they will also germinate, and they again gives rise to the new plant body. So in this way, in the bryophyta, the plants they are amphibian, also they are autotrophic. They are autotrophic in nature. All the plants they are green in color, means they shows the presence of chlorophyll pigment. As the chlorophyll pigment is present, they also synthesize their own food material, and as the root stem and leaves like organization is not there, the special tissues for the conduction of food and water they are also absent. The xylem and phloem tissue, which are the conducting tissue in the higher plants, so these tissues are also absent in this bryophyta. So very simple structure it is present. There are many examples about these bryophyta. One such example is that is Markensia, and here it is the Funaria. We can easily see in the organs. Rhizoids are present. These are the leaf-like structure present in the Funaria, and there is a stalk. To this stalk there is present the capsule, and this capsule it produces the spores, and spores after the maturity of this capsule or the sporangium, this capsule it bursts, and through this the spores they are liberated in the surrounding area. So in this way, this division bryophyta it includes those plants which are having a very simple structure. Whenever I am explaining this, so you can make the pause on the screen, and also you have to draw this diagram in your notebook. Whenever I will ask all the material that I had written here, it should be in your notebook. Okay, so here ends the division bryophyta. Now the next division that we have to study among the cryptogamy, that is division pteridophyta. Division pteridophyta. Division pteridophyta. The plants which are included in this division pteridophyta, they shows the presence of the